Welcome to another ICP update. So let's start on the 1 hour chart. And yeah, ICP is not really doing that much right now. It's pretty much going sideways, which it is to be expected because Bitcoin dominance right now needs to top, and I believe it is close to topping. As you can see, we are very close to 60%, and I believe that's when Bitcoin dominance will top. And if that's the case, then we might go sideways for another month before we actually do something. And ICP right now is looking very strong. It's holding support levels, which is good, but it might go down a bit more and we might get another second wave move down before we actually go in the third wave. And let me explain why. Well, it's not guaranteed to happen because support levels are being respected, but if we do get one, if we do get another low in the second wave, it's not going to be bearish because the invalidation zone for the first wave move up is at like $2.80. So we could theoretically go down a bit more. And I kind of expect that to happen because I think Bitcoin will drop to the 50% extension right here in the fourth wave. And I don't think it's going to be a slow drop. I think it's going to be a sudden drop. And I think we'll test the 50% extension and then we will bounce in the fifth wave right here. Now, of course, the fourth wave could be in. We touched the 0.382 extension, which is enough, but judging by how this bounce looks, it does not really look like a finished structure. So we might get another low before we actually go up, which would not be bearish, but a lot of altcoins are going to be in danger. And I don't think ICP is one of these altcoins because right now there's a lot of room to the downside before we get invalidated. And I don't think the first wave move up will get invalidated unless something major happens, like a black swan event or something. And I know getting another low in the second wave move down would break the trend line that is on the chart. And that's not going to be the end of the world because we could always do something like this, So it's not going to be the end of the world. Now, do I want another move down? Well, not really. I believe we had too many move downs, but theoretically it could happen and we could go sideways for another month or two until the altcoin season happens in October or maybe November. And if you don't understand why I'm saying that, if you don't understand why I'm saying an altcoin season will happen in October, you should check out my previous ICP video. I've already explained that way too many times. So let's go in the 1 hour again. Let's not forget that after going in the second wave move down right here, we formed a first wave move to the upside, which went up in 5 waves. And now we are still in a second wave move down, but good thing is, the first wave move to the upside right here did not get invalidated in the second wave move down. And ICP is actually one of the only coins that managed to actually hold the first wave move up, which is kind of interesting. Now, of course, I'm still tracking another one to set up on the chart, and this could be a flat correction or something like that. It's going sideways, so I cannot really say anything about this. But if we do break out, we could break out at any moment, or we could get another low. But if we do get another low, I think the first wave move up will get invalidated. And if it does get invalidated, then we will get another low in the second wave move down. So, we'll just have to see what happens. If we hold support levels, however, then I expect the third wave of this weird 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 setup to get to at least $8.82. And that's pretty much the minimum target. But I would like to see it go to maybe the 200% extension at $9.44 to prove that something more bullish is actually going on. If it does not manage to get to any of these levels, then expect another low in the second wave move down right here. Now, that low would not really be bearish. It would only mean that we'll get more sideways action for the next month, which is expected. So we'll have to see what happens. And also let me explain what these 5 waves are. So basically, this 5 wave move to the upside that I'm tracking will only be the first wave of this third wave right here. Let me actually move this. Yeah, something like that. And this third wave should get to at least $16 and ideally to like $17.57. And this will only be the third wave of another large 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 setup, and this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 setup will only form a first wave of this main third wave move to the upside. And ideally, I want to see the first wave move up, go above the first wave high right here, and go above, let's say, $21. to confirm that something more bullish is going on, because as you know, the third wave move to the upside is usually the most impulsive, so this move needs to prove itself. And that's why I think the first wave of the third wave should get above the first wave high right here. Now let's also take a look at the bull market support band. As you can see, the green line is still below the red line. Unlike some other altcoins, for example, I just talked about ADA in another video. On the weekly at least, the green line went above the red line, which is usually a sign that not that the bottom is in, but it's a sign that something more bullish is about to happen. And right now, the green line on the ICP chart is still not above the red line, which makes me wonder if we will get another low in the second wave, just like I predicted, before we actually pump in the third wave move to the upside. Now, you have to keep in mind that this whole structure that we got right here could always fail. And do I think it will fail? Well, I don't think it will, but there's a chance that it does. And don't forget, this could only be a corrective structure. And if that's the case, then, we will most likely not get a third wave move to the upside. But yeah, I see no reason to think that right now, because support levels are being respected, and also the RSI is at a very low level right now, at least on the weekly. And yeah, if we do go in a third wave move up right now, we could get to like $50 before the weekly RSI actually gets to the overbought territory, which is a good sign. Now, like I said, does that have to happen? Well, no, obviously not. But if we do go in a third wave, I would like to see that third wave go to maybe the 2.272 extension or even the 2.618, but realistically it could go way higher than that. So maybe somewhere between $43 and $68 or maybe even higher. But if it does not manage to get to like $39, then that's going to be kind of bearish, because the third wave needs to be way more impulsive than the first wave, and I don't think the 200% extension will be enough for this. So, but if we do manage to break all-time highs in the next maybe 6 months, then I think ICP has a chance to get to the 1.618 extension right here at about $138. And that's pretty much all I have for today. I know this video is a bit short, but yeah, right now nothing is really happening, so no reason to talk about this for like 5 hours. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, maybe check out our YouTube memberships and the Patreon. Like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.